morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever, whenever that you may be tuning in. This is Yonks, and very excited to be joining you all here for day number 6 of our. Oh, I've got an open window here. Hold on one second. Cool, I found it. So apologies if that was looping on the audio standpoint, but this is day 6 of our 180-day sprint here, and joined with Ernest, and I am Lotus. Good afternoon, both of you. So this is an office hours. I'm gonna just let the mic open up here and turn it over to I am Lotus or Ernest for anything that they would like to talk about today before we talk about some of the stuff that I have forward here.
Um, Happy time zones, everyone. I'm just here to learn what we're doing right now and taking a deep dive on AI. Thank you.
Well, even
Yeah.
better than just go ahead, Ernest.
Oh, I was gonna say hello, everybody. I got two agents going. One on a hosted platform, one on my own local machine, and I got a bunch of LMs in my notebook LM that are little individual mini agents to do tasks for me. And yeah, looking to see where it goes. And still running into some roadblocks as far as getting 3D avatars um, connected with AI or um, set up for helping to create content with the platform. So
Have you
good
looked, Ernest, on the anything that's on the game agency framework?
game, no. I just downloaded Unity though, so that I can build a virtual environment for um, any 3D characters that I am able to generate. Mostly the problem is the platform I'm using. I'm unable to. Uh, I think they're having problems with Polygon. I haven't tried their platform yet with the on the ETH network because I didn't want to pay the gas. But I might check in with their Discord today and try to get as soon as I can get an answer, like, oh, yeah, Polygon doesn't work yet, got to use ETH. Um, or I might check out some other platforms to see what is available. But the AI protocol um, is what I've recently been using, and the products on there. So might have to see if there's a different protocol. Um,
And yeah, we so you've been spending most of your time around the Eliza agency framework, correct?
Yeah, so I got my Eliza running. It took about an hour just to respond like to my High Taylor question. And then um and then I did another question that was a little bit more intense and it ran into a timeout. So it might be a timeout with um the server that it's communicating for the language model. I'm not quite sure. But the main thing is that when running on my local machine, simple AI questions take forever. And so one of the things that we might want to look at is picking an AI. Claude seems pretty popular, and having a uh, an account with credits, so that at some point when we're doing business functions for ourselves or for others, that we're pinging that API and it's basically using the credits that we have on that account. So that's going to be one thing. So like the me.fun that allows you to create pretty easily, your own ELIZA. When you're in the settings, you got to give it the API to the services, that you kind of need. So currently I don't have MeFun. MeFun also has a hosting package, the Me Plus, which should give the Me agents a little bit more functionality. And if you go to me.fun/me Taylor, ME Taylor, then you'll see yep.
And I'll throw
And
this in the
essentially,
live stream for everybody here too. And I saw, let me real quick, I saw that Seventh Ward made me. I'm looking at the live stream comments. If you're still watching, Seventh Word made me. I'm not sure what the disconnect was on that, and apologies if it was on our end. But real quick, I'm going to just plug our Linktree AI Agents box.org, which redirects here to our link tree and our events calendar. I do a great job maintaining this, so I would really encourage people to subscribe to this calendar when you're logged in. This is the event right here that we're on, and the Zoom link is on this. Tomorrow, same time tomorrow, we've got an event. And talking about ELIZA, on a Let Us Meet over here, we're doing our second tools working group. I'm going to add my availability myself to this. And this is something that we're targeting Wednesday and Thursday next week based upon provided availability. Let me throw this link in the Zoom chat here so that you can add your availability on this as well, Ernest. Or
yeah, anytime past noon, I'm available.
fair. No, I'm not. And
It's like noon
when
to
you say
4
noon,
a.m. is my work
which time
schedule
zone are
right
you
now.
in?
Oh, Pacific. I'm just an hour behind you.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm not too much of a morning person here. And I think I Am Lotus feels the same way on that. So tell us a little bit about so you created a Twitter account, or did
Well,
you
so
create a new?
it's connected to my Twitter. They're having problems with their with Twitter. Um, so currently the me.fun Eliza's can't connect to Twitter. I
Is
was
it
gonna
because
try
it's
putting
banned or
in.
something?
Yeah, it's getting hung up, right? Twitter's like,
Put the ban
um,
stick on.
I think so. Uh, but I
So
should be able to
let's.
hook it up to Telegram. And I do believe somebody that was in our Telegram the other day or yesterday in conversation with, they ran into the same Twitter problem, created one, but I think it sounds like they got it hooked up to Twitter today or to Telegram. So I'm going to try giving it my Telegram credentials and then seeing if it'll pop into, the Telegram. And MeFun gives you like 6 different types of agents to create. And so this is actually going to be an onboarding agent. It's the manager. Uh, and so it has some default characteristics, um, like welcoming people and stuff like that that makes it like the onboarding agent for a community. So I thought
Nice.
that might be a use case that we could do. And then I'll put in the Telegram credentials today to see how it interacts with Telegram. You notice my Me Taylor doesn't have a search bar, so you can't go to this page and type in and ask it stuff because you have to connect it to a search provider. And so the search provider they recommended, I just haven't created an account yet with.
Right.
Also, since it's tied to my Claude and my Claude account, and I don't have an abundance of credits, I didn't want to put a search bar on here and then have people come to it, ask it a bunch of questions, and then it use up my free credits on my Claude account. So
So here's the thought, and I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm gonna have this side conversation because one of the things that we'll always talk about, and I'm gonna go back real quick, take a slight deviation because I know that I didn't do that here, is talking about culture, and not only culture. I'm gonna talk about our FELG culture: fun, earning, learning, and giving. I'm not gonna talk about it any more than that. But over here on Home tab, let's see what I've got. Where is it? I'm not sure. Is there search best? Can you search this document? This document's getting large.
you should be able to. Yeah, I've
Where do
kind of got lost in it real quick.
um anyway, best practices: find, implement, and refine. And where what I was thinking of, and this is me thinking out loud, I'm gonna talk to
Control F.
does that just search the single page? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Find best practices. So I'll put I'm gonna make a note here for today's um I'm gonna put a section down here, action items, uh, add best practices, find, implement, and refine. And one of the things that's we'll talk about that quite a lot, but one of the things that I'm thinking about here is using Me Taylor as a community case study. And you need a little bit of capital to do what I'm considering some of the best practices, to set it up more sustainably. And then, like, one of the things I'm talking about more sustainably is that we're a fan of containerizing projects. And what I mean by containerizing, the opportunity for this to be an NFT, not only, like, you were exploring something that's more for containerizing AI characters, right? And this is absolutely like a great case study of an AI character that could be containerized. So what I would advocate, and this is something that, and this isn't like a yes or no, this is something that we can continue to have some conversations about, but Otoko makes it very easy to spin up an entity. And I'm a fan more of Wyoming than Delaware. I'm not going to unpack that, but for only $49 plus the transaction costs, is you could have a legal wrapper for this Me Taylor project and then start operating with that legal wrapper in place. And then if you wanted to transfer that, that's just one more thing that you could check the box to increase the buyer's confidence that you are operating through best practices. And this is something that we can absolutely be intentional about, creating some documentation for best practices, especially with dealing with AI agents. And so that's just a thought. There's another opportunity too. That's another thought, an unincorporated DAO. It seems that that's more of like a token launcher. I was more of a fan, and this is something that I'm going to maybe explore with doing a Yonks team AI agency. That's something that I've already talked to Tyler offline about, for how that we're planning to containerize this. So I'm going to float it by Tyler to see if we could sponsor the Me Taylor through AIagents.box to the tune of $100 to get this launched for you. And I'll let you know here if that's a thumbs up on that by tomorrow for our next office hours.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Love
let
to
me put
learn more
that.
about that.
Yeah. So let's Yonks to talk to Tyler about, and this is where, like, us setting up, and that's one of the things too. Would you like to be included, Ernest, on the multi-sig for AIagents.box?
Sure.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll take that offline, and use the same wallet that's on. And well, we'll just make that a hats tree. Actually, make that a hat in hats tree. So I'll work on taking that offline as a snippet of content. Create multi-sig on base for AI agents box. And let me make these check marks. section. So this document. All right. Make this check marks, checklist. Okay, so checking some of these off here. I had my IRA.fund. This is my IRA.fund is functionally going to be the first brand that we're incubating through this community effort here. And this is something too that I'm going to say and continue to say. I really would like AI agents.box to develop autonomy. One of the things that I think that we will put forward to more formalize the community that we're creating here. I'm a huge fan of the Decentralized Unincorporated Nonprofit Association in Wyoming. And then you also think about with bleeding edge technology, there's going to be legislation involved. And I think the opportunity for us to create or evolve AI agents.box into a 501c4 that can lobby for our community's benefits, whether that's local, regional, or global, to work on getting regulations changed. But that's something that we can explore conversationally in the future. Um, so talking about, I created a new Twitter account for my IRA.fund. Follow that, everybody. That's where those conversations, the team conversations are going to start happening pretty quickly, like literally later today. Over here is the Let Us Meet, and it's looking like it's going to be 6 or 7 tonight. And that's something, are you wanting to participate in these conversations, Ernest?
Yeah.
Um, do both of those times work for you, which would be 5 or 6 Pacific time?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'll figure out with Tyler because I would really like her to be involved because those conversations are going to be very heavily marketing driven, very intentionally. We want to curate our founding member that we're planning to have at $197 uh, buy-in to become a founding member, and that's also for the service costs. And whether that will still maintain at that after with the initial round, those people will also be the alpha customers. And the way that positioning this is the let's see. So we're really looking to just create a DeFi mechanism that people can use within their retirement account, and then the agents will be a phase 2 of that. So that's really where, because that's where we'll likely need to create, build from scratch our own agent to facilitate the financial flows with what we're wanting to build. But that's something that, those probably I don't even know when those conversations will be, whether they'll even be here in quarter 1 of 2025. All right. So let me throw this link on the live stream for anybody else. So here is the link for Let Us Meet. So have we had any conversations about RNDAO?
Just more introductory, I think.
So this is something I'm planning to create a thread over on their Discord to facilitate. Our DAO is like a research DAO incubator model. And with AI agents.box and with my IRA.fund, we're really wanting to collaborate with some thought leaders in the space. And I do like what they're doing over there. So this is something that I would encourage both you, Ernest, and I am Lotus to unpack. And it's all conversational right now, but we'll see where those conversations go. So
I'm familiar with their DAO. I'm already in their Discord.
nice.
Yeah, I did a DAO Punks pro. I got a DAO Punks grant and did some research with Gaia Databit, I think is in there.
Oh, real quick, while still speaking of my IRA.fund, here's the link tree. We've got 2 opportunities to participate. We're doing this will be the first and second office hours, the one today, and then the Um, one tomorrow based upon the availability. I can't even remember if I had my availability on the second one, but that's something that will be getting finalized. And like I said, those conversations with my IRA fund will be very different. It'll be more to get an MVP online. The goal with my IRA.fund, I'm thinking that we can maybe even have an MVP online to start onboarding Web3 natives using some workflow as early as this weekend. But anyway, those conversations will unpack there.
This is this
So
weekend.
I know, but we still have like three more hours, Ernest, of planned live stream conversations. We're going to be having this office hours conversation, same time, same place tomorrow. And just to set some expectations, next week, and I already had we already talked about the let us meet, I believe. Let me see if it's in the chat history. Yeah, the deep dive. That's one of two conversations. And let me go real quick to our Telegram. For those people that want to, most of the conversations right now are unfolding in Telegram. I don't expect that that's going to be a permanent home. Um, Anticipating that Telegram will move more to a announcements sort of functionality, and anticipating that these conversations will migrate to another place, whether it's our own 3Win social mobile app or on Common Ground and or both, but that's only something that time will tell. But anyway,
I
go ahead, Ernest.
I got my personal Discord too. So if we just want
We
to
we still
use,
have we still have the 3Win social Discord. So I mean, if you wanted to get
oh yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Let me go.
so I mean that's something that we could
Well, so
absolutely dust off.
I got token gated channels and stuff in my Discord, and I'm getting ready to create a Discord bot so that I can bring agents into a Discord. Once I figure that out, I can set up the same thing in your Discord if you want. Um,
Yeah, I think we've got the tooling there already with the collab land and maybe even another one. But another thing that we're going to be experimenting with is workflow with hats and potentially guild.xyz. Probably makes sense to since I'm talking about guild.xyz. This is something that we could do during a tools working group, but I would absolutely think that it makes sense for us to have some presence just from a work standpoint. See, talking about Duna DAO, Duna DAO, sister DAO within our ecosystem, already created a thing there. So yeah, we can talk about that more later. But the other thing, but while I have it up here, this is another, we talked about that yesterday, Ernest. Here is the let us meet for that one. And I'm going to throw that in the live stream for everybody too. This is where we're going to be doing a deep dive on research AI agents. And intentionally made the Eliza on either a Wednesday or Thursday for our second tools working group. And with this being our third tools working group, putting this window on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And just to let you know, I'm planning to amplify the exposure on both of these. Um, Through kernel community. I participated in kernel block 9. And that's something too that I would encourage both you, Ernest, and I am Lotus to contemplate. It was an absolutely fabulous experience, and more importantly, just access to other thought leaders on an ongoing basis through their Slack channel. So I'm going to make sure to get my availability added on this. We'll try to get this scheduled early next week for both of these tools working groups so that people can know when that they can plug in. But as always, with us building in public here through our live stream format, this content is going out everywhere. One of the things that we can do is also explore some additional channels. And this is one of the things that really wanting to foster through this. While we're on day 6, I mean, 180 days is a long time. If you want to join the fun here, this is something that we're going to be encouraging, training, educating people how to do themselves, and like the opportunity to even develop your own character using AI that could potentially be doing some of this content is an opportunity. So All right, so this is going to be let me put in here just a note real quick. We already talked about this being 6 or 7 p.m. this evening here in a couple hours because it's 6 is only less than 2 hours away. So all right. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you would like to talk about here for office hours?
Do we want to talk about blog posting workflow?
Yeah, definitely, because that's something that I'm feeling increasingly behind on. I'm definitely wanting to get a little bit more time spent on the first blog post. And I don't know if I should just, with it being here on almost the end of the week, just be thoughtful about maybe having a better weekly summary. But yeah, I mean, I did have that over here. So, but yeah, let me add a sub bullet point here. Uh, discuss workflow. All right. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the workflow, Ernest?
Yeah. Something on my computer is using a bunch of. Oh, I did just am I coming through okay? Uh
Yeah, I had to get back. I was just grabbing my
We
backup
hear
tee off
you.
of the yeah.
um I just had a web page or something, I think using too much RAM. But yeah, just like what uh yeah, what do we want to do? I have a workflow that kind of just takes the Fathom notes and creates some stuff. Um, I don't know, maybe who else is interested in writing a blog post? I thought it'd be cool if we had 7 people interested in writing a blog post once a week. That would give us, 7 daily blog posts. Maybe we don't need 7 daily blog posts. Maybe we need 7 like LinkedIn posts and then 1 weekly blog post. Uh,
Yeah, and the ongoing thought around this the daily blog post is so that we can create an economic incentive where, because there's going to be different people contributing and the opportunity to use splits.org within the paragraph and where we can create because the goal is to sell the NFT from that we create using AI to kind of capture the ethos. And this is one of the things like maybe we during the My IRA fund, since that's the first pre-launch conversation, that can be maybe like similar to how for day one, like here planning to use this one, I'm going to create a similar sort of NFT. So maybe that's a simple one for today, but we're planning to sell these for about $1 each. And it doesn't sound like much, but let's say that we do get enough traction over this 180 days and we sell out of our mint for that. That's, functionally about $100 per daily blog post that we should largely be able to automate through AI tooling over the course of this. And the more that we can do that effectively, and then the opportunity for somebody else to maybe replicate this model, because one thing that's certain based upon every indication that I've seen, AI agents, we're only getting started, and it could be the biggest narrative from uh in 2025 here. So anyway.
yeah. Well, it's not automated right now. Like it still needs a human to say, okay, this is what we're gonna put in the blog post. Um, and then, these are the graphics or whatever that go along with the blog post. And then you can use the agents to craft all that for you. But then you still got to put it together. Um,
Today, but my expectation, Ernest, is by the end of this 180 days that it will be entirely automated.
yeah, but I'm trying to
We're not
figure
there
out
yet.
what. Yeah, I'm
We're
trying
not
to.
there
So
yet.
that's why I'm trying to figure out what's the workflow then for that for this next month, because it's not
Yeah.
automated, but there's certain aspects of it that's automated. And is there anybody else that wants to create a blog post every now and then? And for me, I've just been, when a couple days goes by, or if there's a day where I've done a bunch of stuff, then I have something to report about. Um, so I don't know if anybody else is trying and testing things, or wants help writing a blog post, but uh, it'd be nice to find somebody else interested in
I,
also
I
writing.
agree, but let's right now, Ernest, let's just take the lead ourselves, and then how that we continue to evolve this is um we can figure out over time. But I did make note here. I've got this as an action item to establish a 3-win social Zapier account. The other value proposition of the Zapier account is that that's the workflow automation tool that exists that has integration capabilities with Fathom AI, which is how that we can absolutely leverage that to, and that's one of the things that we can kind of research on as far as what that looks like. Zapier is a no-code automation tool, enterprise grade automation tool. So, but yeah, we can work on that. Let me do this here real quick. I'm going to create this new progress tab. So we in this Google Docs are heavily using the document tabs feature. And we've got, like, if I collapse all of these, hold on one second. Sorry, Tyler was calling a couple times there, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't an emergency. So, okay, cool. Well, getting back here, I was in the process of creating that. So, gonna organize this on a week by week basis as far as these day by day live streams that we're doing. And here was the tools working group that we did on day 3. So let me create a subtab here and rename this to rename. So on Monday is when we will be in week 2 or week 3. I'm a huge ISO week number junkie. Anyway, not going to go into detail on that. So created the tab Jam on the Manifesto. So this is where I don't know if you've unpacked. Have you looked at any content creation tools using AI yet, Ernest?
Yeah, all the content. So my latest video, um, I was able to use HeyGen video editor to create a AI person that basically reads through my 1 minute script that was an update. And then of course that 1 minute script was produced from the chat GPT conversation and the note that I had about my errors. And then I brought that conversation summary into Notebook. And then I have a Notebook LM that's a script generator, like a play script generator, not a code script. Um, and then I brought that script into the HeyGen and then modified my PowerPoint slides, and boom, I got a AI person that gave me my update in my most recent video.
Fabulous. Well, I created some inspiration opportunities here, and this is something that could potentially feed into AI for some inspiration. I'm a fairly newer holder of public nouns myself, so they've got a pretty short, just scrolling through the list here. And
No,
this
but
is something, yeah. Let me throw this link on the restream discussing
okay.
manifesto
I'll drop a link
for
in the stream in the Zoom chat here to my most recent video. And
nice.
the blog post is kind of in the description of the YouTube video, which is also published on Paragraph. So on Paragraph, I published and I included the YouTube video and then the blog post. Blog post is very AI-ish. I didn't go back through and edit it much, but
And I just shared your link on the restream, so that goes out on the channels as well for people. So yeah, and this manifesto, the kind of the thoughts are is right now we are planning to have AI agents.box be a member through a Duna, and planning to have the founding member be a $7 a year with a Gitcoin passport score of probably 20. And that's one of the things that we can unpack and create some content around as well. But already talked a little bit about that, and we'll talk more about that. Jam on the manifesto. So let me bring up. Have both of you been able to onboard into our Charmverse space yet?
oh no, I haven't tried moving my hat. Let me try to do that here.
Okay. So, talking about our Charmverse space, which is our DAO portal, and this is linked on our link tree under the collaboration. And just want to put it out there to the universe. Here's the Google Docs that we're talking about. And also, if you're following along with what we're doing here and you're wanting to have a one-on-one conversation with me, feel free to, and anybody else that wants to have a side conversation, like I don't know if you wanted to have. Um, I am Lotus or Ernest, your link on here, chat with the pre-launch team. That's something that I will let you decide. And if you want to, then ping me on that. So getting started, I'm already logged in. This is what it looks like, and this is something that we need to fix from a homepage standpoint. Because right here, this is what somebody gets if they go to our Charmverse space. One of our sister efforts is invest local .xyz, and this is what it looks like when I created a custom homepage here of what people would see. And this is something that I'm going to probably set up something very similar to this. And then we can work on what we would like that to be here over time as we work on just creating a more refined experience and just a better, solid community. All right.
Yeah,
Talked about, go ahead.
I don't see. I know when I go to the hats page, I see the hat. Um,
Yeah, let me just go there here real quick with the admin account, and that's something that we can get remedied right now.
but I don't see it in my Solana wallet. Um, let me see if I can
Okay,
move it.
that's
Yeah, I
itty
see
bitty
it when
bitty.
I go to the page. And I'm guessing these hats, I shouldn't, I don't think you'd want people to be able to like just send their roll hat to somebody who's, you know,
Yeah, as
uh,
far as you're correct. And this is the let me go ahead and log in here. Let me see if
no
have my
addresses. Yeah. So I may need you to send me a hat to my ETH wallet,
um oh here.
or you would have to move it. And then,
Yeah, that's what I'm actually just gonna get knocked out right now.
Yeah, and then
So
this
this is the
the same old address that you've had for me previously, the 888.
cool. Oh, this is some
But yeah,
interesting.
you can give my ETH wallet, like if you got to give it a name or something, like beta tester, so that like my Phantom wallet, well, until they allow for until Charmverse allows for, because they're the one that doesn't allow me to connect my Phantom wallet, so it can't read my hat. I imagine eventually they will be able to do that.
So I just was, and I've got this on the screen because I grabbed a screenshot because it looks like that hats may be integrated Coinbase wallet because this workflow looks a little differently, where it's got a sign up or sign in or connect wallet, and that workflow I don't think was there before because I think you had to have your own wallet, and I think with this workflow that says powered by Coinbase wallet, it would actually create an account abstracted wallet for interacting. And in this case, since I already have my own wallet here, I'm clicking on, um, let's see. Let me try this again. Connect wallet, Coinbase wallet.
Yeah, and I've just been using Notion. I do have a Charmverse set up though. Gotta
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not given a prompt here. Let me try refreshing this again. Okay, so that's more the workflow that I was expecting. I don't know if there was some broken workflow when I was on that tree or what. But anyway, I'm now signed in, and this is where I can edit the tree. So I'm going to click on the tree, and this is the one that you need to transfer, right? Ernest goes to AI.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Gosh.
All right. So that should be, let me refresh this over here. Hat successfully transferred. Mambo DAO.eth. Cool. All right. Well, you should be able to get connected there with the workflow on our Charmverse. So that's something that's gonna, like I said, just create that initial workflow. And that's also where we will want the manifesto to exist is probably on a page there that we also make public on our Charmverse space. Because the thoughts around Charmverse is that that'll probably be more for more permanent, but then also to do some other DAO tooling, like when we get. I don't think I've actually got snapshot set up quite yet for anything that we want to, like when we get our manifesto drafted on a version that we want to put forward as our version one of our manifesto. That's also something that we can use Charmverse along with the snapshot integration to do. So all right. Well, here we've got 2 minutes till the end of the live stream. We will be reconvening here in an hour or 2 hours. I'll touch base with Tyler to see because I would really like her on that conversation because we are anticipating and expecting the conversations to amplify around myira.fund very quickly because I also am operating from the belief that this is speed to market. And that's one of the things talking about this 180-day sprint that some of, and I've got this on the home tab of this Google Doc to really unpack this. This is probably something that I'll create a video around and broadcast out via live stream to just unpack what is this based Jesse 2025 AI Mentor live stream challenge. But commit for at least 6 months, stream 5 to 6 days a week for 2 hours. This is the first hour today. We're going to be doing our second hour here in a little bit. Find a 2 to 3 other streamers to co-promote with. This is one of the things that we will absolutely be having some training around. We are using Restream, and looking forward to having increasing. One of the things that wanting to see is increasing the quality using a tool like OBS. Um, and this is Restream makes it very easy to co-promote using their platform for just amplifying all of the streaming. And this is one of the things that we're going to unpack, use AI to do everything. As I said, right now, these daily blog posts, here it is, day 6, and we haven't published day 1 yet, but that's something that we will get knocked out because I'm also most interested in automating things as much as possible, whether that's a Web 2 tool like Zapier, and I think that there might even be a Web 3 one that's similar to Zapier, maybe called a Webhook, I believe. Let's see, Webhook, Web 3 hook, maybe. Yeah, the Web 3. This is another tool here, Ernest, for us to explore. Web3hook.com, no code Web3 automation, integrate nicely with Zapier, design powerful workflows between Web3 and Web2 applications without relying on developer resources. And the more that we can unpack this, and this is likely, and I'm going to put this as a opportunity for let's just call it a workflow automation, our fourth tools working group. And that's something, yeah, we can prioritize that'll be, we've already got our tools working groups lined out for week 3 of 2025. So we'll put this tools working group for early in the following week. And this is another thing that I want both you, I Am Lotus, and Ernest to be thinking about is how that we can get these things booked further ahead, because the more that we get them further booked, the more that we can get some cool people to potentially come in and really show us some cool stuff, like, maybe the dev team behind Web3 Hook or whatever. But just think about that between now and tomorrow's office hours. But I'm going to stop talking, stop screen share, and let you all bring in some final thoughts before we call this a wrap here today.
I'm just logging into Termverse right now.
Have you used Traverse much, Ernest, yet?
Yeah, I beta tested it a whole bunch when it first came out.
Nice. Yeah, and that's something too, that as we get more in, because like you think about what I would ideally like to see is AI agents.box really become a agent factory where we really are more intentional about solving problems for people and then using our cooperative ownership model to more sustainably launch an agent that has longevity and not some flash in the pan, where people want to see number go up like meme coins. But that's another conversation for another day. I'm going to work on getting the agenda prepared, and I'll do an announcement here momentarily, whether it's here in an hour or in 2 hours when I get that caught up with Tyler. But all right, thanks everybody. Make sure wherever channel you're at, subscribe. We'll continue to live stream on these channels throughout the 180 days. We might even amplify that as we continue to spin up some new brands like myira.fun. But until next time, everybody.
Ciao.
Hey, go watch the YouTube of Ernest. It's good.
Nice.
It's pretty slick. And basically the time it took me to make that was basically just the time that you would take like editing, the final edits of a PowerPoint.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the reasons that I'm so excited about AI agents is that these agents that we create early will only increase in value over time. And that's one of the reasons that love some of the things that you're exploring there as far as containerizing these like through some platform methodology. But we'll talk more about that. Till next time, Ernest.
Ciao.